Hello everybody, welcome to Sarah's Stitchery. My name is Sarah and this is my channel where I talk all about my cross stitch. Today is Flosstube episode number 22 and it is October 27th. Can you believe the month is almost over? I'm not ready for it. I still have lots of Halloween stitching to do, so I guess I better hurry up. I just want to say welcome if you're a new viewer. I'm so glad you found me. And I hope you have fun today watching my channel, and I hope you like what you see, and I hope you will consider subscribing and liking my channel. And if you're returning, thank you so much for coming back and spending more time with me. So I've got a lot of things to share with you guys today. I have a couple of finishes, I've got some whips to show you, and I have a plan for a new start for today. So I always start with just a brief personal update. I did celebrate my birthday this week. My birthday was on Wednesday. And I was very pampered by all of my friends and my coworkers and my family and my students this week. So feeling very loved and appreciated. So thank you to everybody who made me feel special. In fact, I'm wearing a birthday present right now. My coworker, Becky, who is also my friend, gave me this beautiful shirt. And I just love it. So I thought it would be great to wear for my video today. I don't think Becky watches my channel, but thought I'd give her a little shout out anyways. So yeah, it's kind of been a birthday week. My family just took me out to dinner last night. I didn't really want to go out during the week. If you're new here, I'm a teacher. I'm a fourth grade teacher. During the week, I'm just tired and I just want to go home and put on my jammies. So we ordered in that night and then we went out last night. So that was fun. And I got an iPad for my birthday. I was so excited about that. Thank you to those of you who made comments on my last video about like what apps and stuff you use on your iPad to help you with your stitching. I did download the GoodNotes app and so far I'm liking it. So really all I'm using it for at this point is to see my patterns on it, and I really love how I can zoom in and it makes it much easier for me to see my pattern while I'm stitching instead of having to take my paper pattern and look at it up close. So I'm really enjoying that. I haven't used the highlighting feature yet, which I should, but I'm just really enjoying being able to zoom in at this point. So yes, I'm enjoying that. Let's see, I signed up for the Jingle Ball. I will be attending. I think this is my third year. I think this is the third year of the Jingle Ball, if I'm not mistaken. And I signed up for a class this time. I've never signed up for a class before. So I am going to be doing the Stacy Nash. It's like a little house needle book. So I'm really excited about that. I love Stacy Nash. So yeah. And oh, I wanted to tell you guys I got a new planner for the new year. I know that's a little ways off. It's not January yet, but I was already thinking about like what I wanted to do for my new planner. I have been using the Book of Days for the last few years, and in my Book of Days is where I write down all of my, like what I work on every day. And then over here, I have my lists of new starts, finishes, and FFOs, which is great because it's really helpful when I film a video because I can look back and see what projects I worked on since the last time I filmed. But it's not big enough to keep all the information I want to keep, which is why I have like a separate like journal. I have all the months partitioned off, and I have lists in the back where I keep all the information about my projects, such as like start date, end date, fabric, floss, especially if I made any changes. But I don't really like having that information in two places. So I was trying to think about how I wanted to organize myself in the new year. And I really like the Happy Planners. I use them a lot as my planners for teaching. And so I was like, why don't I get one for stitching? And so this is my one for 2025. And I think it is adorable. So it's just a regular planner. It starts in January. I just think the inside is gorgeous. And it has these rings, which makes it easy to like take pages out. I'm not going to do it right now, but you could take pages out and put them in. I do have the hole punch that you can get to, punch your pages so that you can add them to the Happy Planner, which is what I plan to do. I just wanted to show you a couple of these dividers though. They're just so pretty. And you can see they're a little like shiny. So pretty. So each month has, and I'm not getting paid by Happy Planner. I paid for this planner. So like, this is not like, what's that called? I'm not doing like a paid endorsement or anything. I'm just excited about my planner. So each month, well, you start with your little dashboard here. So like January, it says priorities. So maybe that's where I could write down like 3 projects that I would really like to either like make good progress on or have a finish on, and just notes and that type of thing. You have your full month layout, which is where I could document what I stitch on every day, like I use the the Book of Days for. But then you also have your weekly, so I could give a little more information as needed for what I'm working on throughout the week. And so, yeah, so you have that for every month. Sorry, I wanted to show you a couple more of the dividers because they're just so pretty. I won't show all of them to you, but excuse me. This one's pretty. I just like the wild theme to it. And so, this one too. And so I do have some plans for some things I'm going to add to my Happy Planner. A couple of years ago, I got some like planner downloads from, I believe her name is Katie. She's the Naptime Stitcher. She has a shop on Etsy and she creates like planner pages. And so you can download them and copy them. And so here are some that I had gotten from her a couple years ago that I plan on adding to my Happy Planner to make it more, you know, stitchy. She has these pages that are whip trackers. So you can write down the name of your pattern, the designer, whether it's part of a series, what number in the series it is, the location. I'm guessing like maybe that's where you're storing it, and the start date and the end date. So I do like these whip trackers. She also has these cross-stitch project planner pages. I have it front and back here. So this is where you can give more detail about your project, right? The pattern, the designer, start date, finish date, stitch count, design size. You can write down your fabric type, cut, color, maker, and then your floss, and then any notes, especially if you're making like conversions and stuff. That's really nice to have. I have these stitch along trackers, which is awesome because I like to do stitch alongs. And I like these pages too. The Flosstube video planner helps me stay organized and gives me some places to write some notes. That way when I'm filming, I can stay on track. And then you've got these Stitching Friends pages where you can write down your friends' contact info. So I'm going to add some of those pages to my Happy Planner. So I'm really excited about it. I just got it like 2 days ago, so thought I would show it to you guys and share it with you. All right, one more thing before I get to the stitching. I mean, technically this is stitchy related. So I don't know if you watched my recent video that I filmed with Sarah from Handmade by Sarah W. We try to film together once a month and talk to you and show you all of the things we've been stitching together. She is my best friend. We don't live anywhere close to each other. She lives in Alabama. I live in Ohio, so we have to film, you know, on Skype so that we can show you guys all our things and talk together with you. But we did just film a recent video and we announced that we are hosting a stitch along. Speaking of stitch alongs, we announced that we are hosting the Winter Folk Stitch Along for Hands-On Design. This is the 4th in the series. Oh shoot, I meant to bring my other ones. But this is the 4th of her folk series, the seasonal folk series. And isn't it gorgeous? I just love all the pine cones in the design. So Sarah and I will be stitching this. We're hosting a stitch along. We're going to be starting on November 17th. We figured that would give everybody enough time to get a hold of the pattern, the fabric, the floss, all the things, and be ready to start with us. Now, here's the thing about our stitch along. There aren't any rules. It's a stitch at your own pace type of stitch along. So if you want to start before November 17th, feel free to do that. Or if you want to start after or when, and if you want to stitch it up real fast, or if you want to take your time with it, all of that is good. It's a stitch at your own pace and have fun stitching type of stitch along. So So yeah, we're excited to be hosting that. We do have a hashtag. The hashtag is hashtag HOD Winter Folk SAL, excuse me. I'll put all that information down below. And if you are participating with us, we would love if you would tag us in your posts on Instagram and social media. You can tag Sarah at Handmade by Sarah W. You can tag me at Stitchy Sarah Reads. And of course, tag Kathy, the designer, at Hands On Design. And if you're going to be using the folk paddle that it's finished on, that comes from Chantel's 141 Design Company. So you can tag Chantel as well. I'll put all of that information down below so you don't have to try to remember that. But I have my stuff ready to go. So when November 17th rolls around, which it will sooner than you think, the way time is going these days, I'll be ready to go. So I have my fabric. I am using the called for. The called for is 32 count driftwood fabrics by Stephanie. And the pattern is linen and Aida friendly. So if you're an Aida stitcher, never fear. There are some specialty stitches in this design, but Kathy does provide directions for how to do those on linen and Aida. She has written and illustrated directions, but she also provides a video, which is really cool. And the specialty stitches are all done with this DMC pearl cotton in the color 642. So, and this is plenty for all four if you're planning to stitch all four. The color palette is all DMCs. And I just want to show you how pretty these are. Let me put them on the fabric. Look how nice those are. So pretty. So it's all DMC, very, very easy to kit up. And, you know, if you don't have this fabric, feel free to use something from stash, right? Sarah W has stitched the other 3 seasons. And while I've used the called for, she has used, I forget what fabric she used, but it was a fabric she had in stash and it just looks stunning. So no fear if you don't like that fabric. I've heard some people say that fabric might be a little dark for them. That's okay. Use something you enjoy, right? Those colors are going to work on a multitude of different neutral fabrics, and possibly some other ones too. So have fun with it. I'm keeping this in a vintage Painted Leaf Co bag that my mom made because my mom is the maker of Painted Leaf Co. Her name is Kathy. And of course I chose it because it has a little pine cone. So I can't wait to get started with that. Okay, let's get to my stitching. I have 2 fully finishes. The first one is, and I showed you this finish last time, but now it's fully finished. This is October 31st. You can find this in Annie B's Folk Art Etsy shop. This is actually Annie's daughter, Chelsea, who designed this. This is her first design, and it is just so sweet. So she's selling that in her mom's shop, and you can get it there as a PDF. And it's stitched up very cute, very sweet, and very cute, and very fast, and it makes an adorable little pillow. I love it so much. And there were only 5 floss colors, and I followed my friend Sarah's lead. She had pulled the floss from her Forbidden Fiber Co. Conversion that she used for Pumpkin House for Liz Matthews, which I also stitched recently. Well, I stitched the bottom part of it. And so I pulled those colors too, but substituted a different color for the green, and it just turned out so cute. And so here's my fabric on the back. I'm trying to decide if I'm going to put a little pom-pom trim on that or just leave it as is. So, but for now, it looks great. So there it is. There's my October 31st. Excuse me. My other finish, now this is one of my 24 and 24 finishes. So if you've been here before, you might have heard me talking about how I set a goal for myself at the beginning of the year to finish 24 of my previous whips that were whips prior to 2024. And so basically what that means is I need to finish 2 previous whips every month to reach 24 by the end of the year. And so this was number 19. So I've gotten 1 24 and 24 finish done this month. I need another. Time's a wasting here. Time's running out. But I did get 1 done. Here it is. So this comes from the chart Autumn Saltboxes by Plum Samplers. And you can see I stitched this one right here. You might notice a slight difference. It's missing this little like quilt square type of thing on the house there. That was all over one. And I stitched this on 40 count and I really wasn't feeling the over one. So I was like, I'm just gonna fill it in and it's gonna look fantastic. And I think it does. So I'm not mad about it. And I don't stitch the white around it. So I skip that border. And I just turn them into little pillows. So there's that one. And I use this cute like Lori Holt fabric on the back. And yeah, I may or may not be adding some chenille to this. I don't know. We'll see. But it's a finish for now. So I have the whole series. So it's like a seasonal series. I did stitch both of the spring. And those are little pillows. I've only stitched this one from the autumn. The summer, I stitched the one with the sheep. I haven't stitched the horse. And I haven't stitched any of the winter, either of the winter ones. So those will kind of stick around and we'll see if I stitch any more of them. I'm not sure if I'm going to stitch the whole series or not. We'll see. We shall see. So those are my finishes. Let's talk about my whips. Let me move that over. Okay. I have worked on my Serenity. Let me pull the pattern out here for you. Here it is. So this is Serenity by Teresa Kogut. And I am stitching this with my friend Sarah, handmade by Sarah W. And we started this together. And this is one of our shared stitches that we're staying together on. Some things we kind of move at our own pace. And some things we set goals and work together to reach those goals. And so this is one of those. So let me put it on my board here so I could show it to you. It's kind of big. And we're both stitching this on the same fabric. I forgot to tell you about my fabrics for the other ones. I'll tell you after this. Hold on. Focus. Okay. All right. So here I am with Serenity. I know it doesn't look a whole lot different than the last time you saw it, but I did get all the way around the border with this like lighter brown color. So I went all the way around the border, which is a huge feat because that border, I believe the stitch count for this is 338 by 340. So that is a lot of stitching, but I got that part of the border done. So Sarah and I have decided that we're going to step away from the border for a little bit and work on some more of the motifs. So stay tuned for that. I am stitching this on 40 count Latte by Fiber on a Whim. Sarah's stitching on the same fabric, I believe a 20 count Ada. That's the thing about Sarah W and I don't know if you've watched her before or if you watched our videos together, but Sarah is an Ada stitcher and I'm a linen stitcher. So it's pretty cool to see our shared projects on two different types of fabric. So there's that. That's my Serenity. I am using all the called for colors. I have it on this beautiful like floss dial that I got on Etsy. And there's so many colors. In fact, there are 22. So there's my Serenity. I love that one so much. And it's just one of those projects we're just kind of taking our time with it, going along with it. And one day it'll be a big, beautiful finish. So let me set that aside. We are keeping that in a project bag that Sarah made for us. She made us matching project bags. And they're so pretty. And I just love it with the colors. Perfect. So that was Serenity. And oops. I was going to tell you, I forgot to give you the details on these. This one was stitched on 40 count Amber by Fiber on a Whim. And this was stitched on, I want to say, Antique Lace by Seraphim Fabrics, 40 count. I'm pretty sure. Antique Lace or Antique White. Maybe Antique White. Antique something. Okay. The next one I have to show you I haven't made a lot of progress on this, but I did pick it up for just a little bit. This was a stitch that Sarah and I started to commemorate the first day of school. So my first day back to teaching after the summer, and her daughter's first day of school, because her daughter and I were going back on the same day. So what did I do with the pattern? Oh, for the love. Well, shoot. I have no idea where the pattern for this went. Okay, well, I will just tell you what it's called. I have my iPad right here. I can show you. I was thinking, shoot, because I don't, you may or may not know this about me, but I don't like to edit my videos because I'm just not very good at it. So, it takes me too long, so I don't really like to do it. So I was like, well, I'm not gonna be editing that in. So, but I have my iPad now, so I can show you. So the challenge is gonna be getting the glare off. There we go. It's called Love and Learning. It's by Emily Call. And it is just so pretty. And so here's my progress. Like I said, I haven't gotten much farther on it. I am using all the called for colors, but I may be substituting a couple of colors. There is like a white color here that's really not showing up very much. So I know like the Y, the letter Y in this chart is really hard to see. In fact, you can barely see it. It's right, trying to think of a way to hold this. It's like right there in the branches of the trees. You can't even hardly see it on the chart. And so I don't want it to disappear when I stitch it on my fabric. So I might be choosing a different color for that. Let me see what fabric I'm using. I am using 40 count Thornfield by Needle and Flax. And for now, all of this is the called for colors. So I think it's so pretty. I can't wait to get more stitched on it. Can't wait to get to that tree and, of course, that house. That's going to be fantastic. I'm so perplexed about where that pattern went. Oh, well. I'll find it's in this craft room somewhere. I probably tucked it away somewhere when I was scanning all of my patterns into my iPad. All right. This next one was a former birthday start. And so it's called Moonlight Sampler by The Blue Flower. And I had started it on a different fabric, and my fabric was just too light and the things weren't showing up like they should. And so I decided to restart it. But this time I decided to just do the alphabet and the animals like it is in this pillow here. Because that's my favorite part of the whole thing. If you look down here, all these little animals. Look at the little opossum with her babies. So that's what I'm going to do. So I restarted and I'm just going to stitch that part. So, and this was my birthday start. I had originally started it back in 2021 for my birthday when I was going to do the whole sampler. And then I restarted it, I want to say last year in 2023. So here's my restart. Much better fabric, don't you think? Got a hanging thread here. Much better fabric. I love it so much. I believe this fabric is from Fiberlicious Yummy Fibers in the color Queen Crepe Myrtle. And I'm using all the called for floss, and I think it just looks fantastic so far. I love that little upside down bat. So, and I had talked in my last video about how I wasn't going to have a birthday start this year because I had 3 previous birthday starts that had never been finished. So my goal this year is to finish those 3 previous birthday starts so that I can have a new birthday start next year. So I'll show you on my birthday, I worked on another previous birthday start. So I think that's a good goal for me. I don't need another birthday start. Not that I'm not gonna start things, because I am. I just wasn't going to have a birthday start. So there's that. Let me set that over here. And it looks like I'm using, I do have some Weeks Dye Works in here, but it looks like I'm using mostly DMC colors for that. All right, next, this was a stitch along that I started in September. My friends Jody from Simply Stitching Ocala and Felicia from Floss and Blocks, and they both actually have Etsy shops by the same names as their Instagrams. They started a stitch along for this pattern, Dear Friends, by Plum Street Samplers. It's so cute. This is a bit of an older chart. It's from 2015. And so they started that on the first day of fall. And I am using all the called for colors. Looks like it's all classic Colorworks. So very pretty colors. I'm stitching this on a 46 count old mushroom linen by XG Design, and I just have the tiniest little start so far. That little deer, part of a tree, part of a couple of pumpkins there. So I'm just kind of stitching away on this here and there, but I haven't really devoted a whole lot of time to it. So I need to get back to that one. And I'm keeping it in a, guess I haven't been showing you all my project bags, but I'm keeping it in this bag that I got from Jody as a table gift when we went to StitchCon. So I definitely want to put some more stitches in that. All right, I've got 2 more. So this one I did work on my birthday. This was my 2022 birthday start. Let me get this on my board here. This is Night Walked Down by the Blue Flower. I have loved this chart for so long. It's one of my absolute favorites. The colors are just so rich, and you know, it's just such a, I don't know, it's like mystical, it's magical, it's dark, it's luscious. It's just, I just love this one so much. I've loved it from the moment I saw it. And so I started it, like I said, in 2022, and I think I got stuck in that border and I put it down. So I pulled it out on my birthday, and I've been working on this beautiful white, I'm guessing it's a peacock. So yeah, I'm stitching this on a piece of 40 count Jamie's Kilt by Fabrics by Stephanie. And it's just phenomenal. That modeling is gorgeous. It's like a gray, purpley, greeny, bluey, bunch of beautifulness. I love it. And Sarah W. started it with me on my birthday. So even though I wasn't officially doing a birthday sal, she wanted to celebrate my birthday with me and stitch that with me. So thank you, Sarah. And I'm keeping all my floss on this cool card that I got from a previous Black Needle Society box. It's from That's So Kelly Co. I feel like that shop went out of business, or they're not making things anymore. But I'm really glad I got this. So it's like a laminated card. It's got all these cute scissors on it. It's got holes for all my floss. I did add a couple holes on the side because I didn't have enough holes. And I put little stickers with the little symbols on the back so that I can just hurry up and look at the symbol and grab the color I need. And this is like felt, so you can put your floss on it. Right now it's holding dog hair, so that's awesome. And there's a little magnet under here that's holding my needles, so I love that. And I keep this in this project bag that I got from the 805 Stitcher. Very cute. And I've got one more whip to show you. So I was kind of like in a holding pattern this past week. Like I just didn't know what I wanted to work on because I wanted to work on so many things and I was kind of stuck. And so I asked Sarah for some help and some guidance. I was like, I really feel like I should be working on Halloween, you know, because Halloween is coming. It's going to be gone before we know it. And I feel like I haven't stitched very much Halloween. And so I was like, tell me what to work on. And so she told me, she didn't tell me, she suggested to me to pull out my Away We Ride by Blackbird. And she said she would start it with me. So Sarah's been like starting the things with me this month. She's keeping me motivated on my stitching. And so we did. So we pulled this out a few days ago, and we've been working on it. She has a really great start, and I've made some great progress. So this was one I had stitched previously. I started it, I want to say back in 2021, and I was stitching it on a 32 count Murky by Picture This Plus. And I eventually didn't want to work on it anymore because I learned that I really like stitching with one strand of floss instead of two. And so I abandoned that stitch. And so I decided to restart it on a different piece of fabric. And so I chose, well, here's my stitching first. Isn't that great? I chose this 40 count Ancient. Is it Ancient? I want to say it's Ancient. I can look at my thing here in just a minute, but I'm pretty sure it's Ancient by I know it's Picture This Plus. It's a 40 count, and it is just the perfect fabric for this stitch. I'll bring it in a little bit closer. So I've made a lot of progress. Until I picked it up the other day, all I had was the top row of words. I had this little band here done. I had some of this done, and I had some of this done. So in the meantime, I've finished out that border here, the inner border. I finished the words. I finished all of these borders here, and I stitched all of this. So I've been like working away on this, and I am loving it so much. So thank you, Sarah, for encouraging me to get this back out. I am using all the called for colors, except I didn't have Garden Gate by Gentle Arts. I believe these are all Gentle Arts flosses. They are. I didn't have Garden Gate, so I swapped out Bark by Weeks Dye Works. And I think it's been a great substitute. So yeah, there we go. I love it. So I'm going to keep working on that one because that one is just really filling my soul right now. It's making me all kinds of happy. Yes, it is Picture This Plus Ancient. So I was right about that. So those are all of my whips. I did want to show you something that I plan on starting later today. Well, in fact, when I'm done filming here, and then I've got a giveaway for you, and then I'll let you get back to your day. So later on today, Sarah and I have decided that we need another Halloween start, right? This was a pattern that I just recently got, and we both love it so much, and so she got it too. And it's called Hallow Day Inn by Brenda Gervais. And it's like this little house cut out with these witches inside. They're holding like some branches or something. I don't know what they're doing. They've got a pumpkin and a cauldron. There's an owl in their house. I don't know what's happening here. But I love it so much. Or maybe they're standing in front of the house. Maybe that's what's going on. Yeah, because there's windows. I love it so much. I love the little cat over here. Well, we're going to start this today. And so I pulled out this fabric. This is, it's like I must have used it for something else. This is 40 count Rustic Drab by XU Design. And I am using all the called for colors, except I didn't have a couple of them, so I'm using the DMC equivalent. So I'm going to start that today. And I'm keeping that in a bag that was given to me by my friend Lori as a table gift at the Chantel's Pep Rally retreat recently. So thank you, Lori. And that's it. That's what I am going to be starting later today. That's all my stitching. But before we go, I have, sorry, I have a giveaway for you. Excuse me. So I was contacted by a viewer who is also a new designer, and she wanted to know if I would share her designs and do a giveaway. So I said, of course. So it's actually two ladies. Their names are Jessica and Cheryl, and their design company is called the Midnight Stitchery. And they are new designers. They are both moms of young children. And so their name, interestingly enough, came from the fact that once they get the kids all to bed, that's the time that they have to let their creative juices flow. And so they're usually up to like midnight texting each other ideas and talking about their designs. And so that's where the name, the Midnight Stitchery, came from. I thought that was a cute story. So, so Jessica sent me one of their patterns for me to stitch, and I think it's adorable. So I'm going to show it to you. The pattern she sent me is called Just a Ghoul. There we go. It says Just a Ghoul Who Loves Fall. Isn't that so sweet? She's got her little cat on a leash, the little ghost. So thank you, Jessica, for sending that to me. You can see that's the Midnight Stitchery. I love their little logo with the owl there on the moon. And so, like I said, they are new designers. And so I believe they have like 5 charts in their shop. They're very cute. I definitely would suggest you go check out their shop. I will link it down below. And when you go to their shop, they have kindly provided a coupon code for you to use on your purchase. And the coupon code is good for 20% off of your purchase. You need to use the code Sarah20, and my name is Sarah with an H and the number 20. If you use Sarah20, you can get 20% off of your purchase now through November 15th. So definitely go take a look at their shop. And they wanted to give away 5 of their charts to 5 viewers. So I will be choosing 5 names, and each of those 5 people can go to the Midnight Stitchery and choose a PDF that they like. And the ladies over there at the Midnight Stitchery will send that to them. So if you are interested in the giveaway and you want to win one of their beautiful designs like Just a Ghoul, I want you to use the word midnight in your comment. So you just have to say midnight and you will be entered to win. Please do not say giveaway, do not say win, do not say free, do not say any of those things, please. It just attracts unwanted attention to my channel. So yeah, just use midnight. Okay, I think that's it. I think that's everything that I wanted to cover. So I appreciate you guys spending your time with me, and I hope you were stitching on something fun while I was talking. And I would love to hear what you're working on. Are you still stitching on Halloween? Have you moved on to Christmas? I'm starting to get the Christmas bug, but I am really pushing that urge down. I want to get my Halloween stuff done first. So I'm going to enjoy every last bit of October until I can't enjoy it anymore. So anyway, have a great day, guys. I'll talk to you later. Bye.